So what's up guys, this is me again, your resident chemistry tutor Mark, and for this video I will teach you how to not exactly plot, but at least how to know the equation of the line and the linear regression or the R squared of your line in your chemical kinetic data using just your calculator. So the calculator that I'm using is quite sentimental to me, if you see it here. So it's 570ES plus Casio 570ES plus. So this tutorial is not only applicable for calculators of this type, but also in ang other calculators mas advanced than this. So particularly Casio 991ES. And I think amo lang na madumduman ko so far, nalipat na ko sang iban. Pero more or less ang Casio nga doon mo ni ang iatsura, more or less doon mo maning interface ya. Now anyway, so as I've said earlier, it has a sentimental value to me because I used this one during I bought this one specifically just for my review and for the board exam. So medyo may swerteng sa sakon because yeah, I had this consecrated in a Catholic shrine in sa Cebu. I don't know if you're familiar with Simala. Anyway, dito ko na siya ginpa-medisyonan. So muna may dala siya medyo not only sentimental value kung swerte sakon since this one helped me pass the board exam. Yeah. So, and I've used this ever since. So, that's 6 years. So, I passed the board exam 6 years ago. So, yeah, amo na do medyo trapo na itsura niya kay 6 years na siya ginagamit. Now, anyway, so I'll just give you a recap sang aton oh sorry, it disappeared. Sang aton nga integrated rate loss there. So we have the integrated rate law for a zero first and second order and their equation of the line, or your the corresponding equation of the line if you plot it in a graph. Now ginubra ko what you do first for these types of calculators. So I'll go back. So for example, this is ang data nga gingamit ko. So this is the data that we'll be using for this purpose. Now, let's say we ignore this question here on the left and we'll just look at the data. So let's try plotting its zero order reaction. Now, so here in our calculator, you press mode. There, you press mode, then it will show you similar interfaces with their corresponding number. So when you press a number here from 1 to 8, it corresponds to it corresponds to a certain it corresponds to a certain what do you call this? It corresponds to a certain function. Okay, it will direct it to a certain function. Now, since we have sets of data, we have sets of data here, so that that could be treated as a statistical data. So we'll press stat. So stat here signifies statistical. What do you call this? It will analyze it as statistics mode, or so statistical analysis or something like that. So we press stat. We press stat here, so that is number 3. Then it will give you a various statistical functions or various statistical equations of equations corresponding statistical graphs. So since ang aton is equation of the line, wherein the line signifies y is equals to mx plus b. I'll show it here. Alright, itupad ko siya. None. I hope you can see. Yeah. Nakatabo na ni siya. Oops. I want to make it smaller. That's it. Y is equals to mx plus b. So, ang corresponding niya, I hope it's visible. So, ang corresponding niya is So, ang corresponding niya if you can see it here, so y is equals to mx plus b, it's 2a plus bx. Now, di ba lang may a plus bx na ang function? So, sa Casio calculator, it's not mx plus b, but rather a plus bx. So, your a will be your b or your y-intercept. While the b here will be your m or your slope. Okay? So, after pressing ang a plus bx, we have now we'll be given this interface. So, what does that mean? This one corresponds to a set of data and their corresponding x and y values. So, ang aton x value is usually time, kag, syempre, ang y is ang aton nga molar concentration sa reactant. So, we have time here that is 0. So, for zero order reactions, remember, ang equation for a zero order reaction, it's initial concentration of A versus time, right? Amo na ang sa zero order reaction. So, going back, so for x is 0 equals mo na siya, so it will automatically 0 sa y, kadto ka sa corresponding nga y, then you type the corresponding values. So 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, and then 0.00787. Oops, this is 50, and then this is 0.00787. Okay? Amo na siya first zero order reaction, diretso lang ta concentration, okay? So after I keyed in the values, amo na ning final result niya. So all the values have already been keyed in here. So you press equal sign, you press this one, AC, then you go here, shift, then you find the name of stat here. So shift, then since stat is so again shift, then you press stat. So stat is number 1, so shift 1. Okay. Then after that, you go to reg, which means regression. Okay. So going back, A is our for equation A plus bx. So A is our y-intercept, and our B is our slope. So we're only interested sa slope. Sige. Kuha naman natin ang y-intercept. So y-intercept, again, shift stat, reg, y-intercept. So 1, you press 1, it will give you this 1 value. Then you press the equal sign to give you the value of the slope. So your slope here, your y-intercept rather, your y-intercept now is 9.15275 or 9.153 na lang times 10 to negative 3. Amo na siyang values ng B. Then, how about the slope? So slope is, going back to our equation, A plus BX. So ang slope is, you press again AC here. There. And, oops. Glare ang ako nga ring light. So, then shift stat man Japon, shift stat, which is 1. Kita nyo ginang stat ha. Ang stat nga, it's usually indicated in yellow nga font. So, muna siya. Then, again, press 5 for reg. Then, you get the B. the b is our slope. So our slope is negative 1.968 times 10 to the negative 5. So negative 1.968 times 10 to the negative 5. Amo nang aton slope. Now our equation of the line therefore is equals to y is equals to negative 1.968 times 10 to the negative 5x plus 9.153 times 10 to the negative 3. Amo na ang aton equation of the line. Okay? So, therefore, if it's a zero order law, I'll just rewrite the equation na lang, guys, para dako. Sabad. So that will be our equation of the line. Now, this is really small. None. Now, now what we're going to find next is our coefficient of linear regression, or ang aton nga r squared. Okay, so going back to our calculator, clear naman ni naton. Then again, shift stat, or in this case ang 1. Sorry. Then press 5 for reg. Then you get the r here. So it's number 3. Now, ang problema, hindi pa ni siya coefficient of linear regression. Hindi pa ni siyang atong r squared. We have to square it first. Now, for emphasis, if you look at this, ang muning r pa niya. Right? So, negative value. Now, ang atong r squared, what we do is, all clear again, reg. So, r, para mag-square siya, i-square mo. Dugangan mo lang siya square, isang square root, ang square nga function, rather, sorry. So, then, equal sign, and it will give you the r squared, which is ang aton nga 0.9274. So, aton r squared for this equation of the line is 0.9274. Okay, obviously hindi siya muna ka-linear since it's not that close to 1. Actually, the yardstick to know if your solution, if equation of the line is linear, it's actually if it actually goes beyond 0.99, or rather, medyo kuwan pa na gani, usually yung ginakuan, isang r squared is usually 0.995, 996, or basta above 0.99. Hindi, well, 0.991 gani, doon medyo gaduda na ako. So, okay na lang mga 0.993 beyond siguro. That's my personal yardstick lang. Pero by rule of thumb, the r squared should be greater than 0.99. Anyway, and yeah, so it's easy as that. Okay, now let's try if it's first tawag ni? If it's a first order nga reaction. Okay, now remember in your first order reaction, when you graph first order reaction, if this is your first order reaction, so I'll draw it here. So this is first order. Remember that in your x-axis will be obviously time, but instead of the concentration of the reactant, it's the natural logarithm of the concentration of the reactant for your y-axis. Okay, so ang graph ta is natural logarithm of the reactant concentration versus time. Oh, Nag-lag siya. Bastos. Wait lang guys. I'll be right back. So again, sorry for the interruption. It's for first order reaction, the graph is ln A versus time. Okay? So ang obrahon ta, it's similar to this one, but since ln na siya, we need to get the natural logarithm values of each of those of each of the concentrations. So medyo ute ni siya. Okay? Now, for this one, ang ginubra ko, so ang Japon for 0, since ang ginapangita is natural logarithm, you press the natural logarithm function, then it's blurred. Why is it blurred? I hope you can see, guys. It's really, really blurred. I don't know why. Yep, I'm just zooming this in. Okay. Hope you can see. Naara siya. So, natural logarithm, then press the concentration, so 0.01, or bisan, even if you put additional zeros, it would the calculation would not matter. So equals, it will give you that value, it will redirect you to that value. It's lagging again. Why? Ara siya. So guys, medyo slow ang response ng akong kwan. Hinay wifi sa office. Please forgive me for that. And yeah, then you do the rest. You do the same thing to the other data set. So 50, then logarithm of 0.00787. So then now, so I keyed in all our values here, and what I do is, again, parehas man to sa ginubrata sa zero order data. So then reg, so A is our, again, y-intercept, then equal sign. The y-intercept here is shown. Then for the slope, is again ang b, okay, a plus bx. So amo na siya. Wait lang, sorry guys. Okay, forgive me for the ano. So amo na siya ang gagwa nga values. Now again guys, sorry, wait lang, lipat ko magtakot akong headset. Again guys, I'm really sorry for the inconvenience. Nagdula-dula ang connection sa akong nga kwan. Yeah, it's working. Now, going back to our first, or to our supposed first order reaction, for example, again, first order ni siya, ang atong example. So, amo ni siyang atong nga b, or ang atong nga slope, right? Sa atong nga equation nga a plus bx, if you still remember. Now, remember that for a first order reaction, this is our equation of the line. So that means ang b nga gakita ni subong is actually the negative k. Okay? So, amo siyang value sang negative k nyo. So, ang at inyong rate constant therefore is ang positive value sini, if you can see it here. Again, dula na naman ang connection sang akon nga droid cam. Anyway, I'll be right back. So my droid cam's back online, guys. Anyway, amoy siyang value. Now let's try again for our second order reaction nga data. Now again, clear naton liwat, stat, amo man Japon. So mode stat 2 press 2, which is a plus bx. So remember that for a second order equation, ang aton nga y-axis is ang 1 over or rather the reciprocal of the concentration of our reactant. Okay, so let's go back to our data. Here. Yeah, that's it. So again, pares man Japon, 0 equals, so magbutang ka sa data mo, may 1 divided by your data, which is 0.01. Oops, shaking. The same goes with for the subsequent sets of data. 787. Then so amo na siyang nagwa nga data, right? Again, AC, then shift, look for ang stat nga function nga color nga indicated in a yellow font. Then go to reg, which is 5, so press 5. Then we get the y-intercept, which is 1. Then equal sign. This is the y-intercept for our equation. Then shift stat, pwede mo man shift stat diretso, reg, then the slope, equal sign, this is our slope, and the regression of the line, which is shift stat again, reg, press reg, then press the R, then don't forget to square it, or to raise it to the power of 2, then equal sign, and that is your equation of the line, which is very, very perfect. Okay, so this is the end of my tutorial video. I hope you learned everything from it despite the technical difficulties. And again, please, the activities that I've given to you will serve as practice exercises as well, although that is graded, but it will serve as your practice exercises. So I believe that's it. See you